Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy John Solomon back at you once again. And before we start, just like to do a little stretch. It just makes me feel good as I do these things, right? So we'll start with the basic leg raise. And you don't have to do this at the pace I do it. I'm just here to show you what to do, pretty much. Start off with the leg raise and put your hands to the side if you need to. And here, what I'm basically doing is ankle rotations and raising my toes up and down. This gets the ankles to free up. And this does play a role in your balance also. So we're starting from ground up. Normally we would start with the toes, but because I got shoes on, I can't really show you what to do with the toes. Alright? But anyways, for many of you, you'll be a few inches off the ground. For a few, you'll be a few feet off the ground. Doesn't matter where you are. Just admire where you are and accept where you are. The goal here is to get your knees to touch your chest. And you're using your hands to assist you with this stretching and pulling further in. You can see, still lose balance. I'm not a perfectionist with this. I'm still improving myself also. Alright, and for some of you may have to bend a little bit. Like, you bend at the hips, not your back. Just tuck your hips backwards. Rotate your pelvis if you need to. Some of us have it too far in, some of us have it too far out. So, and if you need any assistance, you could, of course, hug a wall, hold the wall, whatever position feels right for you. And do the basics. You could also, if you're at this stage where you could just raise your feet, raise it as high as you can, go as many reps as you can. And ideally for all these here, I'll at least say, if you're a beginner, make your goal a minute. Get to the comfort of a minute. And then once you could do a minute, do more. That's pretty much the basic philosophy here, right? And the idea here is to go through this as much as you can because you're gaining ranges of motion. So as you can see, once you're good with getting your legs up, the next portion is going and hips. Make your hips go in a circle, one leg at a time. You could do both if you're laying down. And you could also do these exercises laying down on the floor too. So whatever really helps float your boat. Right, and for those of you that can do this without the assistance of a wall, I like to hold my hands on my side, my hips. And as you can see, that's what I'm doing right here. And you could add a little complex when you feel comfortable with your balance. Stand on one feet and go through your entire range of motion on one feet. Raise your feet like a cross, up in front of you, behind you, to the side. And also go through the whole hip circle. That opens up your hips. And also too, if you have some tightness, your groin, your glutes, your hamstrings, your thighs, even your calves, your ankles, they will reveal themselves here. And in some future episodes, I'll show you how to stretch these out. But for now, just assuming that your sole focus is just working on your balance. But don't mind me. Let me take my shirt off real quick to show you a couple things. At least my posture. Because the skyscraper belongs on the foundation, and the tips of it also plays a role. As you see, you roll your shoulders back, and your hips also. You tuck it in, and engage your core. As you raise your leg, bring it to the side. And you could also do this too if you could, if you have the flexibility. And if not, you could just basically bring your heels to the back of your butt, just like so. And just bring it in and pull. And you should feel a stretch. I feel mine in my hamstrings, in my thighs, my quads here mainly. And I also feel it in my calves and ankles. Now another thing I can show you is you see how I'm holding my ankle? And I'm also applying my toes to push downward pressure, which further assists my ankles here. And gets them a little stronger. Goal, guys. If you can't do a minute, make sure you do this for 5. And of course, your hips need to stretch. The tips of it too. Frees you up some. Hands to the side. I like to do wrist circles, so don't mind me. That's just me going a little above and beyond, guys. But yes, so hands up in the air for me in this moment just to help me out. And so as you can see, knees up, kick forward, backwards. Controlled is the better word here. Which some of you would do the same too. And after a while, just getting yourself in a position of holding each position. To the front, just like that, to the back, whatever works. Hold all positions, and that will strengthen your muscles. Alright, and for those of y'all that stuck around, let me just give you all a little added bonus. What you do to your ankles, you could do to your wrists. And what you do to your wrists, you could also do for your ankles. And this here is that after you just go through the range of motion, after a while, you'll feel like you're not gaining much. So this is assisted range of motion where you use external force to apply pressure. For example, I'm using my hands here to apply external pressure for my wrists, for my joints, so that they can go through the range of motions a little bit deeper. It's okay to feel tense. It's okay to feel tension. It's okay to feel pressure, pain to some level. If you feel your level of pain is like 7, 8, I would say stop or tweak it accordingly. If it's anything else other than this, like soreness, continue.